Where is the best place to start an IT career? Let me explain to you why I believe Service Desk is the best place to start your IT career. Let me share with you some of my experiences starting in IT and some of the things that I recommend you would do if you were to start an IT and a Service Desk to help you become a valuable member straight away into the team. Hi everybody, my name's Mark. Welcome to Service Desk Evolution. A little bit about me. I've worked in IT for the last 25 years. I've been in and around Service Desk for most of that time. I've had a bit of exposure to service delivery, project management, application management, but I've come full circle in my career and I've come back to Service Desk simply because it's somewhere that I feel I can add a lot of value. I have added a lot of value at my last two roles, been very transformational, taking the Service Desk from one place where it was not providing great service very quickly into a place where it's providing amazing service. And that's something that I hope to do throughout this channel, is to help you grow as a Service Desk analyst or as a Service Desk manager, provide value and ideas and maybe some of the things that I'd like to see in my Service Desk grow and some things that maybe you'd like to implement in your Service Desk so you can provide world-class support to your user base, whoever they may be. In this video I'm going to talk about the best place to start an IT career, and for me, I started my IT career on a Service Desk and I think a lot of my colleagues and a lot of my peers within my current IT business definitely started on the Service Desk, and it may have been a long time ago. There may have been a lot of different technologies in play. There may have been a lot of older tower PCs on play as well, but we all started doing passwords pretty much. Unlocking accounts, doing passwords, basic user management. Great place to start, great place to get exposure to many, many different parts of the scope of IT. I was lucky enough to work in a business where I got to do incident management, I got to do major incidents management, I got to experience and run a kind of a scenario-based issue where one of our customers had a major outage, and how did we react? Did we react correctly? We were being marked and graded by a room full of people. You know, it was one of those kind of things where it was a really good exposure really early, and this was something that Service Desk gave me. Got a lot of exposure to ticketing systems and the golden rule of ticketing system, which is if it's not in the ticket, it never happened. Learning how to communicate with different levels of the resolver groups within the business as well, within the IT department. You get to have a really good scope of the landscape of the business, who resolves what groups resolve what. And over time, you really develop relationships with those people within those resolver groups, which then throughout those relationships and through building those relationships, you learn a little bit about those people and you understand what their journey was. And a lot of them started on the Service Desk as well. What qualifications they did to get to where they are, what experiences they had to get to where they are, and how they kind of grew into the position they grew. And again, this is all something that came from that first exposure in Service Desk. Entry into the Service Desk is one of those things where a lot of Service Desks will take you as a fresh graduate, and they've got the size of the scale to be able to really invest in your training, invest in your upskilling, and invest in you as a person. Some Service Desks, like the one I'm currently managing, is quite small, where we need people to come into the Service Desk who have had prior experience. But the Service Desk I started on, I got a role before I even graduated the A+, N+, MCSA course that I was doing. I already had a role lined up to go to because it was that big. I think the Service Desk was around 27 people, which is a huge Service Desk. We only serviced one customer at that time, and then moved on to another Service Desk which was servicing 5 customers, and that had 200 Service Desk analysts. So depending on where you are, depending on the scale of the Service Desk role that you're applying for, you can generally get away with being a graduate or studying certification towards your first role in IT. Some Service Desks will take you on if you've got a general interest in IT and you've been doing customer service for a time. Customer service in the Service Desk space is key. It is the number one skill that everybody must have. It is the number one skill that people look for. And if you're providing bad customer service, you're providing a bad job. Sure, you may not be able to resolve that person's issue. That's one thing, but if you can deliver that message in a polite and friendly way, then the impact is lessened. So customer service is definitely key when it comes to Service Desk, and that is the one skill that you kind of must have before you enter a Service Desk. The other thing you've got to remember about Service Desk is that it is generally an office-based role. Yes, they do offer working from home in some scenarios. A lot of Service Desks in the modern age, they are now wanting you on site, but a lot do still offer work from home options. And being Service Desk as your first role in IT, working from home can be very challenging and very daunting. So something that I probably wouldn't recommend you look for, would be something that I recommend you would work towards, is working from home in your role. Building relationships on the service desk is very, very important, especially when you're green into the industry. It's something that you need to make sure that you are doing straight away, and trying to find out who the people are within the service desk that you can really learn as much as you possibly can from. Having a good relationship with your leader and having clear communication with your leader is another really good skill that you need to have when you first start out on a service desk. The good thing with the service desk, again, is you're going to get lots of exposure to lots of different technologies straight out the gate. Yes, you'll be probably plumped on the password reset queue for the first little while of your journey. And that's not a bad thing. You will definitely get sick of that, but you'll learn your way around Active Directory. You'll learn your way around any password management tool. You'll learn your way around the ticketing system that they use. You will be instantly making an impact to the team, because you'll be taking the password resets off people who can be doing more complex issues, or could be doing training, or could be doing documentation that needs to be done. A tip for me is, if I was to go onto the service desk from day one now, I'd be documenting my journey, whether it be in OneNote, whether it be on a notepad, a Word document, wherever it may be, and documenting what you think you missed out on when you're doing your onboarding. A lot of service desks will have onboarding programs. A lot of them won't have very good onboarding programs, but that feedback as a new person to IT, as a new person into the service desk, that feedback back to your manager about, hey, I went through the onboarding process and these are the things that I missed out on that I picked up from Joe sitting next to me. That's valuable information to the service desk manager and to the seniors in that team, that, hey, when we're onboarding our next service desk analyst, let's cover off these things. Do the same thing with access. When I first started on the service desk, I needed access to these things, but it wasn't given to me. Take these notes, give this feedback to your manager in obviously a polite, professional, and productive way, to let the manager know that, hey, look, my onboarding into service desk was, it was great, but here's some things that would really have helped me and accelerated my path to being more effective and more valuable on the service desk quicker. So, where is the best place to start an IT career? It has to be service desk. The exposure you get to so many different parts of the business, to so many different parts of IT, and to some of the relationships you're going to make within the team straight away is completely invaluable. It would be a good idea to also be upskilling and training yourself throughout your journey on the service desk as well. Everybody likes somebody who's consistently learning and applying what they are learning and bringing new skills into the team. So, in summary, if you're looking for the place and that first step to get into IT, it has to be service desk. It's a great place. It's a great environment. It's a fun environment. It's generally a fast-paced environment. No day is going to be the same. It's always going to be changing and evolving, just like technology is changing and evolving. Service desk is going to consistently keep you on your toes each and every day. Thanks for your time today. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to learn more about the inner workings of a service desk, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Drop a like on this video. I'm going to be using this platform to share the things that I've learned over the last 25 years as a service desk manager, and some of the experiences that I've been through. So stick around, and if there's anything you'd like me to cover, please drop a comment below. But thank you very much for your time. Thanks for calling the service desk. Your ticket number is 001. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Have a most excellent day. Bye for now.